Okay, here we are overlooking Uchita, and we're at the takeoff zone. These are all the gliders getting set up here. I'll be flying the orange and white one today. This is the tandem glider. Winds are good. They're coming from the north, so there should be some soaring at least today. This is the takeoff ramp here. It starts out flat. You put your glider right here at the base, and when the winds are right, when your instructor says you can go, you run down the ramp this way. And by the time you get to the end of it, you should be flying. Also, it's a big drop-off here, and there's nothing really to either side. So that's why it's a good place, because if you screw up and tip your glider down, you can go down quite a ways and correct. If you turn to the right, you have room to fly to the right or to the left. If you go up, you can recover by going down slightly. So it makes this a really easy place to jump. Also, it's just a steep, you start, you jump. Really, they say 3 steps because that's all you get. 1, 2, 3. Your last one is usually right at the edge there. Start going down that pretty fast. And you can see over here there's a golf course on a nearby ridge, and that red building is what you use to make decisions about where you're going to go. Because out here in the middle, there's a little blue roof down here. There's another one. There's a blue tarp out in the field there. When you get to the blue tarp, if you are level with or above the red building, you can continue down to the Uchita landing zone, which is it's right now. It's actually just out of sight. It's by the bridge down there, and I have some glare, so I can't quite see it. But it should be right out there in that area. It's just beyond that ridge, and if you can't make that landing, then you turn to the right and you go down the river this way, and around the side of the mountain there is the Kokkawa landing zone, and that's technically the hang gliding landing zone, but we use the paraglider one because it's easier for picking things up and you don't have to drive as far. So I ride my bike from over here, it's just beyond the mountain this way, and ride it down to the landing zone over here. And it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to drive up here, depending on who's driving. 15 if Tonomura Sensei is driving, because he drives fast, and he knows this road really well because he does this every day. So we had a little problem on the way up. The car was making noises, and we stopped, kind of creaking along to see if we could figure out where it was. And sure enough, I checked the lug nuts on the left front tire, and 3 of them were loose. One had come loose, and so it loosened the 2 next to it by letting the tire wobble so much. So we walked for a little bit while the driver went down, had that fixed, and then picked us up. So we walked part of the way up the hill today. So back to setting up. I'll show you my jumpsuit in a minute. So this is the flight suit here. There's the front up here. It actually says up. This is the Up products, the ultralight products, Up International. Straps go over your shoulders. This holds in the back. This is what you clip in with here, and that bag is for your legs in the back. You can see underneath it's got a big hole. You can pull this to zip it up for longer flights. I never do. Apparently it's also harder to unzip. You got a little practice on that. That's a flight suit. Typically, in the front, in here, you carry a parachute. Mine does not have a parachute in here because I'm flying with the instructor and he has the parachute. Because we're both attached to the same glider, you don't want to deploy 2 parachutes. It gets really complicated. Extra pockets on the side, you make sure you're all zipped up and everything. And this is a big pocket in the back where you put all your bags that your glider comes in. So these are all the bags and stuff for packing the glider when we get to the ground. This is the glider here. Got straps on the inside. You have the safety strap, the student strap. This is the extra safety strap. This is the student strap. This is the instructor strap. Everyone's all set up. This has got 2 loops for adjustable heights for different students. Yeah. And instructor's already got his set. He knows how he wants his strap. Yeah. And this is the extra one in case one breaks. All about the emergencies. And yeah, so this is the glider I'll be flying today. Grips down here. These lines for attaching safety lines onto your GPS and or altimeter. We don't fly with the GPS on short flights like this, but just an altimeter which has a tone, and it makes noise as you fly, letting you know if you're ascending or descending, so you don't have to look at it the whole time. It makes different sounds depending on how quickly you descend, and you want the tones to be even so that you know you're ascending evenly and not bouncing up and down in the air. Also, they got this nice sign over here. It shows a smiling guy heading towards some power lines. I'm pretty sure it's telling you that that's a bad thing, so stay away from power lines, especially when landing. So yeah, that's it. Ready to jump. I don't think I'm going to take any video in flight because that's probably impossible for me right now. Alright. So the truck's heading up for one more run. I'm down here on the ground. Actually, I'm going to go have lunch because it's about 4 in the afternoon. This is the practice glider here, and Tonomura he told me he wanted to see me practice once more, and he was like, oh, the wind's coming from the north, kind of, I was like, yeah, the wind's been a real pain because it's been going from all directions. He's like, oh, do it anyways. It was one of those, you're not talking your way out of this. So I did it. And his response was that he smiled, and then told all the other students that he hoped they were watching. So I actually had a really good practice takeoff here. And then he told me if I could do that, told me that I should come and practice that more and more out here. Kind of spoke of an indefinite number of times still. But he did also say that next time that we jump, if we jump in the afternoon when the winds are good, or early before 1 o'clock when the winds are easy, if we do it one of those times, then I'll be doing the takeoff. So, I don't know. That idea kind of scares me, but it sounds like a lot of fun. It'll be my 4th jump. Oh well. I'm still going to come here tomorrow morning and practice. So, we'll see how it goes then. Laters.